SCOM would have gotten passed. It's how can the state ensure that we're continuing to integrate the communities of color and immigrant communities into the actual public safety programs.
Right.
That's one. And two, redistricting is coming up. And I can commend legislators for their community meetings, but there's a reality that communities of color are not as represented on a state level as they could be, given that we can have a majority-minority district. And I just wanted to hear your thoughts about that process and how it could play out in November. Thank you.
So on the first question, you're right. The second question, yeah, I've heard that point, and I want them to hear mine. I made a judgment on politics, not on how it was going to look, not on whether everybody was going to join hands and celebrate it, but on the basis of what I thought was best and what I believe is best for the whole of the Commonwealth. And I think that public safety requires, and more to the point, law enforcement thinks that public safety requires a relationship with communities whereby they are willing to bring information forward and help in solving crimes, reporting and solving crimes. And signing this M.O.A. is not necessary. We don't get anything from it in terms of public safety, but we do lose some things in terms of public safety. And so if they are as interested in public safety as I am, they will look at that record and I think come around. On the first question about whether there are consequences, might be consequences, and that's been part of the back and forth because of the
immigrant communities and the police. So if this happens anyway, if this is inevitable, what's the state going to do to sort of remedy the fallout from this? I mean, what could potentially happen?
You know, it's so interesting when, thank you for your question, it's so interesting to me when people say this is going to happen anyway. Let's be clear about what the this is. What's going to happen anyway is that ICE is going to talk to the FBI. That's what's going to happen. Right? The issue of ethnic profiling, the issue of fairness in the enforcement of our criminal laws at the state level, that is an ongoing challenge for me and everybody else in public service. We have to be about that, and that isn't going to go away because we're not signing the M.O.A. The problem with the M.O.A. Is that it raised the specter of this in communities, the level of fear and anxiety in communities, and that compromises public safety. That's what I was